Hello, welcome to Farrell Swim Tech. My name is John Farrell. Welcome to the show tonight. We have a new swim technique review to go through tonight. This is a user submitted by the name of Joe. He is from the Lionel Sanders Discord. Shout out to the Lionel Sanders Discord. You guys are amazing. Thank you all so much for letting me completely just go hog wild in the swim area. So basically, here's what we're going to do tonight. Joe sent me a bunch of footage from him swimming, and this video was taken by a crew. That really is a wicked good deal. Apparently, he paid a tenner. I guess that's a thing in the United Kingdom. He paid a tenner, and these guys took a bunch of video, and they did a nice little stroke analysis. So Joe has sent me that footage, and I'm reviewing it myself, and I'm going to give my own analysis on this. Just a little bit of a disclaimer. I'm not here to contradict or disprove or anything with the analysis that was already done. This is all independent analysis, just what I'm looking at, what I recommend that Joe should do. Those of you that are new to this series, my name is John Farrell. I have been a swimmer for a very long time. I had a 15-year swimming career here in Southern California, where I was a high school All-American, and I swam for Brigham Young University for 4 years, specializing in backstroke and distance events. I have been a triathlete for the past 3 years, and I have been within the top 5%, within the top 5 of all the swims that I have done, except for Triton, man, when I was going up against a bunch of college kids. That one doesn't count. If I was back in college, I could have hung with those guys, but not right now at 38 years old. So I've also been a stroke technique coach for over 10 years. So I love doing these technique videos. If you are watching this video and you want to have me review your technique, please leave a comment, shoot me a direct message. Get in touch with me. Just shoot me an email, thefarrell@gmail.com. I will tell you everything you need to do a stroke technique review. This is a free service. However, it is a pay what you want service. I do these for free. I do not ask for money. I don't charge for these. Joe is getting a free review of his stroke. If he wants to donate to my own triathlon endeavors and my children's milkshake fund, I do send a link for donations. Also, if you are watching this and you really like what you see, ko-fi.com /thefarrell1. There will be a link down there. If you like what you see, become a member and help donate to help improve the quality of these streams. So without further ado, let's get to it. Let's get cropped here. Let's move over to the analysis area. So we got Joe here. So pretty much what we're going to do is we're going to go through all the video on here. Is a 4-minute long technique. And first off, I'm going to do just kind of a lightning round. I'm going to I have watched this video before, so I am going to give kind of just a, play-by-play of what I'm seeing in the stroke, and then after all of that is done, we're going to drill down in a couple different areas that I believe will give Joe the biggest bang for his buck. So here we go. So first off, right off the bat, pretty good push off, but the thing I'm seeing right now the most is that wide pull out to the side. This typically is not good, especially with his left hand. His left hand goes really wide. His right hand goes in almost the right position, but that left hand goes really wide. Reason why you don't want to do that is you're pushing water out to the sides. You want to push water backward to move forward. Pretty good dolphin kicks in there. Another thing I really like is I like seeing this white water. I like seeing white water. That means your feet are actually breaking the surface. If you're doing that, that means your body position is good. It doesn't mean it's awesome, but it means it's good. Okay, what I like is seeing Joe's butt. Seeing Joe's butt above the surface is also a really good thing. So those of you that have nice butts, show them off. Put them above the surface. That's where they want to be. Okay, so now we're going to have a side view of Joe here. Now, first thing I'm seeing with that right hand, it is a very, very, very weak catch phase, and not only that, it's pushing down on the right hand. You see, there's a good shot of the kick. The butt's right at the surface. The feet are getting up. Not a ton of knee bend. That's actually a pretty good kick. I would not worry too much at that kick at this point. Gotta pull the tumble turn, bro. Gotta get the flip turn. Flip turn. We say flip turn in America. They say tumble turn in the UK. I don't know. I always thought that was weird. Didn't know that was a thing until GTN. So what I'm seeing here is the right arm and the left arm definitely are not doing the same thing. There is a massive imbalance of what is happening between the right arm and the left arm, and what that does is that creates a disconnect between the muscles, between the phases of the stroke. You're just not getting consistent power out of the stroke. So now we're above water looking at the recovery. What I'm seeing right here is a lot of kind of floppiness on the recovery. You're going to see this a lot better in the overhead shot. But when you're doing the recovery, you don't want to kind of bleh. You don't want to flip the arms forward. You want to maintain that tenseness of the arm the entire time, because what that does is that sets you up for the next pull. That is the whole point of the recovery. The recovery sets you up for the next pull. Another thing I'm seeing is that, especially his right hand, the palm is facing outward. That does not set you up for a good pull. We are going to go over that. That's one of the things you will need to work on. Overall, the breath technique is not bad. Breath is a little bit on the late side, but you're not rotating your neck too much to take the breath, so it's not. That's more of a lower tier of importance. You seem to have a good breath phase during your stroke. So I wouldn't necessarily worry about that too much. Now, what I'm seeing right here is a huge problem. You see his body positioning is snaking, and the reason why is because his arms are coming from the side back to forward. So they start down there, and then they come up over the side, and they kind of flop. And as he flops, he winds up popping his body position out of alignment. That's creating a snaking motion, and if you're trying to swim a straight line in open water, that's going to be horrendously hard, because your face and your upper body position is like a rudder, and if that rudder is moving back and forth, that's going to force you to swim kind of like a snake. And not only that, it's going to decrease your power as well. Another thing I really like that I'm seeing is there's actually a decent amount of rotation. There's a decent amount of rotation from left to right. So, okay, so that's the video. So let's start drilling down into, let's drill down into this analysis. Oops, wrong one. Okay, so let's start with a couple of overall key concepts, okay? Swimming is getting to the place you want to go as fast as you possibly can. You want to get there in a straight line, okay? All right, no controversy there. Now, when we swim by taking water that's in front of us and pushing it backwards. Because you move in the opposite direction, you push water. That is key concept number one. You move in the direction opposite of how you push the water, okay? So, let's say I'm on the wall, okay? The floor is the wall. I push off in a straight line, okay? So, the floor is the wall. Water level's right here. I'm pushing off in a straight line, okay? So, if I'm pushing off in a straight line, the other side of the pool is up in the sky, okay? All right? Can you visualize that? When you're in a pool, your feet are on the wall. So if my feet are down here, high foot, okay, feet are down on the floor. If you reach up to the sky, that is the same position that you are pushing off in the pool, okay? Water level is here. You are swimming up towards the sky. All right. This is very important for dryland training. Dryland training, you have to orient yourself and get it in your head what direction you are in the pool. Because if you're doing a bunch of dryland training, reaching out in front of you this way, okay, if the water level's here, you're reaching this way, you're actually reaching towards the bottom of the pool. It's not going to train your body to what it needs to do. You need to learn how to reach up, push down. Number one, first and foremost, the overall concept. We reach up, we push water down. How do we do that? Okay, this is where we start getting into, and the reason why I tilt this up is because I got to reach my hand up here. So we have to develop a way in order to grab, and I'm sorry about the lighting. I can only do so much about that. You have to visualize what you're doing in the water, because when you get in water, you are in zero gravity, virtually. That's why astronauts train in deep water dive tanks. It simulates zero gravity. So when you're in zero gravity, you start flailing. You have no real, you have a disconnect of what your body's doing, what you think your body's doing. So this is why I always recommend people work on stroke technique in the land. They start learning how to engage the muscles properly. Then that is a one-to-one conversion of working on it in land and then putting it to use in the water. Okay. That's my whole methodology. Practice it on the land so you can do it in the water when you're trying to breathe. Trying to not sink, all right? If you're trying to work all this technique in the water and you're a slow swimmer, you're going to have a tough slog at it because you're in an environment you are not in control of. Unless you're a confident swimmer, you are not in control of yourself in the water. You may think you are. You're like, well, at least I'm not sinking. But you're not commanding the water. That's what we need to do in order to become good swimmers. Okay, so let's move on from that. So first thing we need to do is we need to understand how to properly catch the water and how to properly push it down. This is where my idea of grab a brick, push it down comes into play. We're going to reach up, we're going to grab a brick, and we're going to push that brick down. That's what we want to do. Because, so imagine I'm reaching forward, okay? I'm going to bring this down, okay? So, reaching forward, I'm going to grab a brick, okay? So what Joe is doing, Joe is pushing water down and then just kind of fluttering on backwards. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back. We're going to go back to Joe. We're going to go back to Joe. We're going to go back to that side underneath the water. Okay, so we're going to start here. So he's got his right hand there. So now, initial pop in the water, not bad. Hand position is flat. That's okay. So then he reaches forward. First thing he does, elbow bends down. That's a no-no. You don't want that elbow to bend down, okay? You want that elbow to be up, okay? You want that elbow to be up. So right here, this is where Joe really starts getting into problems with his right arm pull. So right here, his elbow has already pushed down, all right? So right here, now he's really going to start pushing that water down, okay? Water down, water down. Now I know this is a little messed up. The bits are a little messed up here. Let's get to there. There you go. So right there, right there. Now his hand's all the way down here, but all he's done is push water from here to here. That's all he's done. He's just pushed water straight down to the bottom of the pool. There has been very, very, very little vector component of the water moving backwards. Now, when I say vector, this is a physics term. For those of you that did not like physics, I do apologize. There will be a lot of physics. Not necessarily a lot of math, but there will be a lot of physics in this discussion. When you are moving in 3D space, you create what's called a vector, okay? A vector has components. A vector has a forward component, a downward component, and a lateral component. It moves in 3D space, all right? So, when Joe is pushing water down like this, okay, so he drops the elbow and drops the hand down, the large factor of the component is pushing the water down, all right, until he gets to about here. Then finally his arm is in a position to where he can start pushing that water backwards. So right here, he goes whoop. He does what I like to call a zip. All right, he zips that hand from there to there. All right, now, right there, he chokes his hand. He doesn't finish the pull. All right, so 3 things that have happened in that single arm pull that can be fixed pretty easily. Number 1, pushes a lot of water down. Number 2, does a zip where his hand goes whoop. Really, really small, short burst of an actual pull phase. Number 3, draws the elbow up, not extending the hand backwards, finishing the pull. All right, so now let's take a look at the left arm. And I do realize that I said that I was going to explain how this works and then just immediately went to what Joe's doing. So, and I have to do this in order to set it up. I have to set up how to pull properly, and this all gets connected, I swear. So now, right now, his left arm, so he's taking a breath, his left arm has gone straight down, okay? Shoulder extended, straight down. So that whole part of the arm just pushed water virtually straight down. Very small component of the pull of the water moving backwards in the direction he wants to go. Now, oh, drat. We lost it. I need to figure out a better playback program. Okay, so his left arm comes out. Elbow drops immediately. Now, right there, hand comes straight down, out to the side. So you see that hand has now gone swept out to the side, pushing water towards this dude over here. That dude is getting a small component of Joe's pull. Okay, not really. He's too far away, but you get what I'm talking about. So that comes out, and then it snaps back in. So that arm snapped right back in. So it zipped. It zipped from here to here very quickly. And we lost the quality. So it comes in, and then you see his fingers go, whoop, and then now they push backwards. Okay? So I showed that, I broke that down step by step to show things that we need to start working on. Okay. Rule number 1. You reach up to push down. Number 2, treat water like it's a solid. All right? Treat water like it's a solid. And you may think, oh no, is he spending this much on pull? How's he going to get through the rest of the thing? We're only talking about pull tonight. Legs are fine. Body rotation's fine. Breathing's fine. I mean, they're not great. There's still stuff we can work on. But bang for the buck, we got to fix this pull very quickly. And this is going to be a lot of words. I understand. But this is going to give you the biggest bang for your buck in terms of overall speed and power out of your pull. Fixing these things that I just went over is very easy and very doable. But you got to tackle just this pull at the same time. I don't want you worrying about the kick. Don't worry about the breath. Let's focus on the arms. Okay. Number 1, reach up, push down. Number 2, treat water like it's a solid. The reason why we want to treat water like it's a solid, and what this does is this gets away the zips and gets away kind of just this whole concept of losing the grip on the water. What you see Joe do a lot is you see his fingers kind of go like this. So he's pulling this way, and then his fingers go like this, and then they do kind of this motion, a flick, a wrist flick motion. You want to avoid doing any wrist flicks as much as possible. Here's the reason why. This all has to do with the idea of treating water like it's a solid and applying constant pressure to water throughout the entirety of your pull. You want to grab that water and push back with a consistent force. You do not want to let go of that pressure. You let go of that pressure, It takes another couple inches of pull path in order to re-engage that contact with the water. It's like it's hard to describe, because this is where water does not behave like concrete. And it's really tough to explain this because there's no real analog in any other sport that, except for maybe running on ice, and you kind of have the grippies on your shoes, but only on certain parts. So you want to engage the grippy parts at all times and not go on the not grippy parts. I'm from Southern California. I don't have ice here. I don't know. I'm flailing here for a comparison. But basically what we want to do is we want to grab the water, and the entirety of the time push back with consistent force. How do we do that? Now, this is where Tai Chi comes in. This is where stretch cords come in. These two things will greatly help you. So, in order to Tai Chi this puppy out, here's what we want to do. I'm going to move this up again. So we're going to reach up, grab that water. Okay, you want your hand to, you see my hand is kind of the palm. Palm is toward the inside. Hand is here. Okay, so you're going to grab a brick up here, up above your head. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your elbow, push that elbow out as that hand goes straight down. This is the first step. This is the first level. There's a couple different levels to this. Number one, reach up. Grab a brick towards the inside. Imagine that you're just going to put your hand right on top of your head. This is level one, okay? This is going over basic movements, basic muscle activation for this. We'll refine it in the next couple of steps. Step one, okay? Bend that elbow out, push that hand down, okay? Now, if that is not working for you, reach your hand forward, grab a brick, bring your hand perpendicular to you, bring your elbow back, touch your chest, okay? Grab that brick, bring the elbow out, touch your chest, right about here. Just right, your fingers should be right below your neck, right here, okay? So you're here, hand toward the inside, grab that brick, put the elbow out, touch your chest. That's step one. Now, next level, grab the brick, push it to where your hand touches your belly button. Let's bring that down a little bit more. Grab that brick, elbow comes out, hand down to your belly button, okay? Obviously, you want to do it with your other hand, but I'm hitting my mic. So, grab the hand, down to the belly button. Grab the hand, down to the belly button. So what we're doing here is we're creating the correct pull depth, okay? This is about 90 degrees. You should be just a hair lower than 90 degrees, okay? So if something, here's a good trick for figuring out how to get your elbow to 90 degrees without thinking about it. Bicep, tricep. Flex the bicep, make a curl. Flex the tricep, extend the arm. Flex both, you're going to lock it at 90 degrees, okay? So you can leave your hand, my hand is just nice and limp. I've flexed both of these. My arm is at 90 degrees. So when you reach forward and you grab that brick, engage your bicep and your tricep, get your hand to your belly button. Scoop, hand to belly button. Scoop, hand to belly button, okay? Now those are the two steps for out in front. Now what we want to do is we then want to go to step one of reaching up, okay? Reach up, grab, push down, okay? My thumb is now touching my nose, okay? Reach up, push down, okay? You see my elbow comes out to the side. My hand is coming pretty much straight down. Grab that brick, push it down. Reach up, grab that brick, push it down. Grab the brick, push it down, okay? So here it is from the side. My hand is here. Grab a brick, push it down. Grab a brick, push it down. So what you want to do as you're pushing down is you want to tense your arms. You don't want to go, ah! You know, you're not like a muscle man. You know, you're not trying to flex for Mr. Universe or anything. But you want to get nice Oh, I'm sorry. There was a big old helicopter that just went by. Actually, no, that was my wife getting home. So you want to reach and push down, okay? So while you're pushing down, engage those arms. So you want to engage those arms so you're consistently pushing down. Like imagine you got a big old foam column and you're just squishing it down into the ground. Now you want to extend that pull all the way until your fingers are actually pointing down towards the ground. Can't see it on camera. Let me tilt this down. So you're going to be pushing all the way down, okay? I know I'm in my chair, so my hand is out to the side, but you want to have that arm as close to your side as you possibly can. Here, let me stand up real quick. Like I said, this is about 80% of what we're going over tonight. So we're gonna go over this a couple different ways. So you reach up, push down, finish. Your pull finishes down here. If I'm going with my right arm, we're pushing down here, okay? And then we're going, so once that pull is finished here, elbow comes up, hand reaches up, push down here, elbow comes up, push down here, elbow comes up. So push down here, elbow comes up, reach up, push down, finish, and finish, okay? So what Joe's doing is he's pushing down, and he gets about here, and he lets that elbow come out of the water, all right? So you want to push down. You want to actually finish with your fingers pointing down towards the ground. So here, 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 okay? All right. So while you're doing this, take it slow. Take it slow. Here, down. Grab that brick, push it down. Grab the brick, push it down. Grab the brick, push it down. Grab the brick, push it down. And you want to maintain that constant force the entirety of the time that you are pushing down. Okay, so that pretty much covers the pull. And the 90 degrees right here, reach. So as you're reaching, so you start about here. You start about here, okay? And then as you push down, your hand is already perpendicular. As you're pushing down, your hand will come down to the right depth. If you're doing it this way, your hand will come down to the right depth below your body. If you're up here, that's too high. You want to be down here, all right? So next, let's talk about recovery. Recovery, we want recovery to be in as straight of a line as possible. That is optimal recovery. I understand you need a lot of shoulder mobility in order to do the really high elbow recovery. In order to do kind of this big rotation, big high elbow, fingers clearing the water, get your hand in here, get it ready for the next pull, you need a lot of shoulder mobility. Some people don't have that. That's a reason why a lot of people actually do what's called straight arm recovery, where the arm over the water is a straight arm. Now, what Joe's doing is kind of a flopsy mopsy, go bleh, bleh. So you kind of reach, and as you reach, you overextend that upper body. So the way we want to fix that is we want to have more control over our arms during the recovery process. You can even be out here if you want. That's perfectly fine. But a couple key elements. Number one, maintain stiffness. Just maintain a little bit of flex in your upper arm and your forearm. Your upper arm, lower arm, I don't know, forearm, upper arm. There's a reason I'm a civil engineer and not an exercise science major. So come over here, kind of keep your fingers nice and gently together. Get that hand in the water here, okay? You want to avoid putting your hand in the water with your palm towards the outside, because then that means you're going to be moving towards the outside. If your hand is toward the inside, it's easier to bend that elbow out and then grab that hand right there. You want that, my left hand, this is my left hand, fingers are towards the center, elbow bends out, grabs that water. Right arm here, elbow bends out, grabs the water. So that's pretty much it for recovery. Just get a little more, think of lines. You want to get a line from the back to the front, back to the front, back to the front, okay? Avoid doing this. Just avoid it, okay? So how do you practice this on land? All you do is just go from back to front, back to front, back to front, okay? That's basically all you do. Fingers pointing backwards, elbow comes up, maintain, tensity in your arm, back to front. Elbow comes up, elbow comes down, elbow comes up, elbow goes down. The idea is the elbow will actually kind of do a semicircle over the water. You see my hand? My hand starts here, elbow comes up, and elbow comes down. You want to avoid doing this if you don't have to. Doing a straight arm recovery is not a bad idea if you're in a huge crowd of people or you're in really choppy swells. Those are about the only two reasons, or if you have shoulder issues. If you have shoulder issues, straight arm recovery can help. I don't have enough experience with it to really be able to tell you if you have shoulder issues, straight arm recovery will definitely help you. But in general, you want to have your hands from the back to the front moving in as linear of a line as possible. That helps eliminate all this snake wiggle. So the next thing that you want to focus on is doing some stuff with stretch cords. Okay? I stretch cords right here. Nope, those are shoes. Okay, so I got my stretch cords right here. Stretch cords are really, really nice. If you don't have consistent access to the pool, you can do a lot with these. So the idea is you want to hook them on a door, and then, if you can get ones with swim paddles, they have swim paddle handle attachments. Those are going to be your best bet. If you have kind of these standard roller attachments, those will work just as well. The main thing that you want to do is you want to focus on the idea. Let me see. Let me hook these up to my treadmill real quick. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to be here. You want to be here and push back. Okay? Reach up, grab the brick, push down, push down, push down. You want to have consistent pressure. Let me move that over here. You want to have consistent pressure. I'm sorry, you're not picking most of this up. So basically, you just want to have consistent pressure. Yeah, let's do this. So here, okay, right here, hand towards the inside, pushing that arm inward, 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 inward. All right? So then same thing with the left arm. Just kind of grab that hand, elbow goes out, grab the brick, push inward. Okay, and then you can do it with both arms as well. All right, so this will help strengthen your swimming muscles, and at the same time, this will train your body to put consistent pressure on the pull. You want just in general, when you pull, your arm all the way up till here is involved in the pull. It's not just your hands. It's not just your forearm. It's all the way up to here. So the more you see kind of up here, as I'm pushing, I am actually flexing backwards and grabbing water with this upper part above my elbow. You want to grab water with as much as you possibly can. And the whole idea is the more surface area you get in contact with the water that's actually pushing water backwards, you're going to get more power out of that pull. So let me kind of wrap all of that up, because that's pretty much the entire explanation. In terms of drills, what I recommend is doing the dryland. Dryland. Do dryland twice a day. Just twice a day. Just you want to do 3 sets of 20 each arm. 1. Grab the brick, push it down. 1. Grab the brick, push it down. 1. Grab the brick, push it down. 2. Grab the brick. 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Okay? So you want to do 20. You want to do 3 rounds of 20 Tai Chi pulls. Okay? Vertical. And if you're having a real hard time getting the elbow, add in sets of 10 of just grab the brick, bring it to your chest, and then another set of 10, grab the brick to your belly button. This will train your muscles to do the right thing in the water. Now, when you get in the water, what do? Single arm pulls. Single arm pull is great. Single arm pulls with a pull buoy is even better. So then you're isolating your arms and you're really focusing on one arm. Just focus on grab the brick, push it down. Grab the brick, push it down. Just focus on that mentality and take it easy. And if you have a snorkel, if you're allowed to use a snorkel, use a snorkel, because then you can keep your face in the water and just not even worry about it. You don't have to worry about breathing. Just take nice, relaxing pulls. Feel that water on your arm. Continuously make those pulls happen time after time. Do a 25 of right arm, 25 of left arm. Then after that, in terms of fixing the recovery, I always recommend the salute drill, where you finish your pull, come up to here, pause here, bring it all the way back to the front. Okay, so now my left arm's here. As I'm pulling, my arm will come to my head, and then I will reach forward to finish the pull. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to actually, put some purpose behind our movements during the recovery phase. So bring it here, bring it forward, here, forward, here, forward, here, forward. All right, so that's called the salute drill. That's a pretty popular one. You should be able to find some videos on YouTube. If you're having issues with your elbow in the water, a drill I made up is you reach up, you're going to extend your thumb, you're going to reach forward, you're going to extend your thumb, you're going to pull and actually touch your head here, draw a line down your nose, down your face, down your chest, down your belly until your finger reaches the down position. You literally want to draw a line down your entire face. Hold up, let me shift that just a little bit. So you're going to draw a line down your body. Your thumb will be in constant contact with your body the entirety of the time during this drill. So right arm, come here. Left arm, come here. Your hand will literally be about 6 inches below the water surface. It is going to be a very uncomfortable swim, but this is forcing you to bring the elbow out and bring that hand down in a straight line. That is all this drill is designed to do. Then all you got to do is progressively get that hand down more deep underwater during that pull phase, and you got it. Let me think here. So one more thing to think about with regards to the point between finishing the recovery and starting the catch is that you want to catch that water as soon as possible. You do not want that hand to drop down in elevation before you grab that water. I know on the Lionel Sanders Discord there was a drill mentioned where the hand was underwater, then they catch, because that's the optimal place to catch. I have, from a physics standpoint, I take umbrage at that drill because that forces your hand level way too deep, and unless you're very, very disciplined at how you keep that streamline with that single arm forward, I don't like that drill. That's because I believe it teaches bad form in terms of having your arm too deep before you start that catch. Your catch literally starts at the water level. You catch, your arm is here at water level, and then as you catch the water and you bring it down, you are going to bring that right where it needs to be. You do not need to push your arm down, then grab the water. That seems to be somewhere where I differ amongst a lot of other stroke technique coaches. It just does not make sense to me. Does not make sense from a physics standpoint, doesn't make sense from a water dynamic standpoint. And I feel like if your arm is too low, you have drag forces building up on your arm the deeper it goes. So if you're not already engaged with the water and pushing that water backwards, you're only slowing yourself down every single time you finish your stroke. I am a big fan of putting your arm on the water, and as you put the hand on the water, you immediately you immediately start grabbing that water and getting the hand to the right depth. Because if you push it down, then grab the water, that's lessening the amount of strokes that you're taking per length. It doesn't have to be faster. It just has to not stop. That's one of my big things, is that freestyle, butterfly, backstroke, the stroke, the arms do not stop. Ever. Never, ever. If you're having problems with butterfly, I guarantee it's because your arms are stopping somewhere. Having problems with backstroke, I guarantee you your arms are stopping somewhere. So freestyle, your arms never stop. You don't want it to stop out here. You don't want to stop down there and then start the pull. So anyway, I think that's about all I really want to discuss tonight. So Joe, legs are good. Body rotation's pretty good. Breathing's pretty good. So basically, you need to hyper focus on your arms. Take this video piece by piece. Focus each time you go to practice. Focus on one aspect of your stroke. Either focus on the catch, okay? Focus on consistent pressure throughout the entire stroke. Focus on finishing the stroke. And then the last thing you want to focus on, or another practice to focus on, is maintaining maintaining control over that recovery. Don't just let it flop around to the side. Actually maintain control of that arm during the recovery. Place that hand in there, grab the brick, push it down. So yeah, that's about all I got for tonight. So Joe, if you or anyone else that is watching this video, if you would like to, if you have any questions whatsoever, please shoot me an email, thefarrell@gmail.com. If you would like to donate to this stream, please shoot me an email. I would love to send you a link for you to donate. Just as a one final reminder, I do not charge for these. I do these completely for free. It is a pay what you want. I send a link to donate money to this endeavor, and if you want to pay it, fantastic. If you can't pay for it, just send me feedback. That's all I care about. I want feedback. One of these days, I want to do this a little more professionally, you know, where I'm not fully in my garage in all of its glorious splendor. I do this late at night, so yeah, you can tell it's it's later at night, so you get what you get. But I'm very happy to do these for you. I'm very happy to share my talents as a stroke technique coach. Any questions at all, please shoot me an email. If you want me to review your stroke, if you got a friend that wants a stroke review, please feel free to give them my email. Just email me saying, hey, look, I heard about your stroke technique. I'd love to know more. I'll get you all the information you need. Once again, thank you very much for Team Zoot, Zoot Sports, for being a big part of my triathlon endeavors. I am on their affiliate team. I am not a pro sponsor. I'm not sponsored at a professional level. I am just on the affiliate team. But with my swimming experience and stuff like that, they have been very generous with helping me out with my triathlon endeavors. They also allow me to do a live stream on their Facebook channel. Zoot Sports has been fantastic to work with. I love the guys. They're based down in San Diego. It's a couple hours away from me. I go and visit them a couple times a year. They're great people. So if you're looking for some great racing gear, check out Team Zoot. Wonderful people. Can't hype them enough. Also, thank you very much, Team Noon, for allowing me to be on their affiliate team as well. I love their products. Really great for racing and training. So anyway, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. And until later, my friends, good night, Isaiah Norris. Wherever you are, I'm out of here. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye.